hard. It's just a lot of work.
I guess that's true.
You what? What did you say, Carl?
I said I guess that's true.
Fashion. You alright? You allergic to Jack? I'm allergic to children. So. Alright, so that was Spain. I'm on a roll of taking people out right now. So you be the next.
I'm gonna be over there too. Y'all may wanna go back out on
So for 1 through 4, what do you have to do?
anything up on that.
1 through 4, what do you have to do to solve these problems? Taylor. You have to combine like terms. Do I include the operation in front of the number with the variable?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I do. So here, I'm going to do 5d minus d, and then I'm going to do -7 plus 4. What is that going to give me? Ace.
Give me this one.
Never mind. Okay, right here.
It will give you 4D minus 3.
So 4d minus, sorry, totally forgot a letter. 4d minus 3. Okay? That is the answer for number 1. All right, number 2. Well, what do we do here? What do we do here? All right, so we have half s plus 3/4 s plus 1/4 s. What is that going to equal? And then we just add our 4. Why do we not combine the 4 with anything? Why do we not combine the 4 with anything? Because of what?
It's variable.
The 4 has a variable?
The other ones, you combine my terms.
Right, so the other ones have a variable before. Okay, number 3, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Michaela? All right, which terms?
7.8C and minus 3.4C.
Okay,
And then 6P minus 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Just 6P.
okay.
And then 10 divided by
All right, so be careful with that one because 6p and 10 cannot be combined. Why? Why can't they be combined? Charles?
Because 6B has never been continued.
Right. All right, so we have 7 and 8 tenths C minus 3 and 4 tenths C. What does that give me? What's 7 and 8 tenths minus 3 and 4 tenths? Jeremiah?
4.4C.
So 4 and 4 tenths C plus 6p minus 10. Okay? How have you guys done so far in this?
You do.
Good. All right, number 4. What do we do? What do we do? Cooper.
my lectures.
All right, which ones?
8K minus 11K
Okay.
and 4 plus 4.
We're not going to talk about the fact that I do those. So. All right, so 8k minus 11k. So what does that become? What does this become? Guys, they're wild animals in the hallway. We all know that that's how they are. We've been here a week. The focus is over here. So, you said -3? Yep. -3k, and then we have 4 plus 9. What is that going to give us? What is 4 plus 9? 4. 13. All right, so how did you do on the first 4? Good? Question? All right, let's look at 5 through 8. So it says I can factor or expand, distribute with rational coefficients. So this one says simplify each expression using the distributive property. I am not gonna have enough room on this piece of paper to do this. So, what does it mean by distribute? What does it mean by distribute? What do I have to do, Hunter?
Multiply the outside number by each number in the case.
Even if it's a variable.
Even if it's a double number.
Okay. All right, so for this first one, we're gonna distribute that 2.5 into our parentheses. So we end up with 2.5r minus 2.5. Okay? Why are you looking at me like it's supposed to pull a knife?
I thought it would be like plus 2.5.
Why?
I don't know.
What's a
Like, you
negative
just, like,
times?
switched around.
But what's a negative times a positive? Negative times a positive is. Now, if it was a negative 2.5 times negative 1, it would be a positive 2.5. Right? All right. The next one, we're going to distribute our negative 8. So we have negative 8 times 3f becomes what? Jackson? Negative 24f. And then we have negative 8 times negative 9. What does that become? Raheem?
It would be plus 72 because both are negative.
Perfect. Because we multiply the negative times the negative, that becomes a positive. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, the last one, we have t plus p times 4, so this is just kind of backwards. All right, and then this is fairly easy. You just get 4t plus 4p. All right, how do we feel about those? How do we do with those? Okay. And if you are taking your test tomorrow, and as soon as you get your paper, if you want to write at the bottom, negative times positive equals negative, negative times negative equals positive, a positive times positive equals positive. I would do that, just so as you're going through, you're like, oh, this is what it means. This is what I got to do. This is what it becomes. If that's something that will help you, no, don't worry about it. But if that is going to help you, then I would do that. All right, number 7, since it's already on the screen. It says simplify the expression by distributing and then combining like terms. So we're going to distribute our 5 into our parentheses. So this becomes 5b plus 30. Oh, I should have put those parentheses, sorry. Get rid of those. Minus 3b. So what like terms can we combine here? What like terms can we combine? 8.
You can subtract 3b from 5b.
Okay, so we're going to combine 3b minus, or 5b minus 3b. And that's going to give us what?
2b.
2b plus 30. Okay, questions about that one? All right, slide over to number 6. So it says factor each expression by dividing out the GCF. So if we're looking at 2x plus 2y, what number can go into both 2 and 2? Are you sure? Are you positive? I thought it was 8.
My bad, so did I.
All right, so 2 goes on the outside, and then you have x plus y on the inside. How'd you guys do with that one?
I didn't even answer it. I skipped it. I didn't know about that.
The ones I didn't
Okay.
know it.
I didn't know we were supposed to
Stop,
write
stop,
that.
stop, stop, stop. So why did we do so bad with this one? All right,
I
guys, can I seriously hear 48 of you? No. All right, Cooper, watch.
didn't really understand the question, so I just wrote down like the PCF. Yeah, that's what I did.
You didn't understand the question?
No, it didn't make sense.
Dividing out the fact, the GCF?
I forgot how to do it. I forgot how to do it.
I sure hope that you guys remember GCF, because that is something that is a 6th grade standard that you will be tested on a lot.
I forgot. If you
Yes, it will.
You guys were joking about understanding.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm terrified. I want to put my hood on and go cry in a corner right now.
I understand.
Yeah.
I just
No, but then I didn't know we had to like put the parentheses x plus y.
We're dividing out
Doing
the
the opposite
GCF.
distribution.
Right, like we did distributed property on one side, now you're doing the opposite on the other
I
side.
didn't understand what the position.
Clearly, I
remember
understand.
it now. I helped us out with that.
Okay, so negative 6b minus 15. What number goes into both negative 6 and 15? What number goes into both negative 6 and 15? Generally, 3. So I'm going to put 3 on the outside, and I'm going to say to myself, what times 3 gives me negative 6? What times 3 gives me negative 6? Layla? Negative 2, and then I'm going to add my variable, minus what times 3 gives me 15. Gabriel? 5. Does it make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Could I
I
have
know.
done negative 3 times 2b plus y?
Yes, as long as you end up with a negative on the inside.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I did too.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you end up with, like, if we distributed this back out, I would do 3 times negative 2. What did you say? You had negative 3 on the outside?
Yes.
So you would do negative 3 times 2, which gives you a negative 6. And then negative 3 times a positive 5, which would give you a negative 15. So yeah, that's it. All right, the last one, 10c minus 25. What goes into both 10 and 25? River. I know I put you on the spot, but think, so you have 10 and you have 25. So they both end in either 0 or 5. So what can only go into those?
5.
Yep. All right, so that's 5. 5 times what gives me 10? Raheem?
2.
2c. And then 5 times what gives me 25? Raheem?
5.
All right. So everyone put a nice little bubbly something or other around number 6 because you need to study those. Just refresh your brain. I know you were like 1.5 people that actually got it, but that's 1.5 out of 33.
I remember it now. I just don't remember like from. Sure.
Exactly. All right, simplify the expression by distributing and then combining like terms. So what is different about this one that has not happened in the other 3? What's different about this one? 8y minus half times 4y minus 16. Ace.
There's another number before the parentheses.
So there's another number before the parentheses. What else do you notice? What else do you notice that did not happen in 5, 6, or 7? Caleb? So fraction. What happens when we see fraction, Joe? Yes. Exactly. So we're going to distribute in our negative half. So I'm going to have 8y. And what is negative half times 4? It's negative half times 4. Caleb? Does that count? Negative 2. Negative 2 y. And then what's negative half times negative 16? Super. All right, now are we done? No. Because what are the rest of the directions? Combine those like terms. So we're going to combine 8y minus 2y, so 6y plus 8. Is your final answer. Don't act like you did anything special with these four.
Well, I got it right. Good. And I got all the others wrong, so I feel accomplished.
So bubble the whole section then.
I'm kidding.
So you'll notice on the back, guys, it says, I've got it. So the things that you understand from your study guide. Obviously, I would just kind of jot down the numbers. Things that you need to study. So if you really struggle with that section, I would put 5 through 8. Because that's going to tell you what you need to go over. Okay? All right, so flip it back over. I can rewrite expressions in different forms. So this one says, Mr. Glass asked his students to write expressions that was equivalent to -5 times 4x minus 9. Circle the names of any students who correctly completed the task. So how do we go about solving those questions? Like how do we know how to solve this? Hunter, what did you do?
Basically did the level in the equation and also did the problem that the students wrote down and checked the standard the answer.
Okay, so you started with the problem I just circled. Did you solve it? Or like did you like do distributive property with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with that. So we have -5 times 4x minus 9. So we're going to distribute this in. So we end up with -20x plus 45. Why is it important to know that? Why do you think it's important to know the distribution of -5 equals that into your problem? Caleb? Why are you so soft-spoken today? You're the only person in 16 years who has scared me, so you better speak up.
Well, if we don't solve that, then we, like, if we're trying to figure it out, then, hold on.
All right, use your words.
I know, so, he's trying to find out if the student's equation equals, like, what he wrote in the word problem. So, if we don't know what the one in the word problem equals, we don't know what they're trying to, make their equation equal.
Okay, so I stopped listening about 4 minutes ago.
I promise.
So what essentially you need to know is that you have to find the one that is equivalent to this one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, so how do we do that? We're going to distribute each one of these in, and we're going to solve. So -10 times 2x, that's going to give me -20x. So far, we're looking good, right? Then I have -10 times -4, which gives me +40 plus 5. So this equals -20x plus 45. So Lang is good to go. I'm gonna stop there though, right? Because I already got my answer. Why not? Emily.
There could be more than one since there's more than one option.
There could be more than one, so you have to go through the rest of them. I promise you, if you don't, you're gonna miss this question on the test tomorrow. Or a question similar to this. So the next one, Caitlin. Do we agree?
Yep.
I hope so.
Yes.
All right, Ezra. So this is, I'm gonna distribute this in and this in, so that's gonna be 21x minus 45 minus x, so that's gonna be 20x minus 45. That one works too, right?
No.
Why? Why not?
Because it's not a negative 20x.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
The whole thing is opposite, right? Because the 45 is also negative when it should be positive. Okay, so that's a no-go. Sorry, dude. All right, Clarita. So we have we're going to distribute the -20 into our parentheses. So we have 5 minus -20x plus 40. So this becomes -20x plus 45. So Clarita is in the group.
Wait, what? What? Are you gonna
Sorry, Ezra.
only shut?
Only 2.
I circled it.
How do you get this?
Well, kind of.
Did you complete them?
I got it. I got it right. I got it right.
Oh, it hurts. All right, number 10. It says Carl and Deshaun are each mixing solutions in a flask. Carl's flask has X milliliters of liquid. Deshaun's flask has 30% more milliliters than Carl's flask. which expression could be used to represent the number of milliliters of liquid in Deshaun's flask? So what are we doing? Are we solving? We're not solving. We're just writing what? Just writing an expression. So stand up if you picked A. Stand up if you picked B. Stand up if you picked C.
Wait, we're on.
Stand up if
I
you
was
picked-
very confused on this question.
Because you overthought it.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Stand up if you pick D. Alright, so obviously D is out. So why does A and B both work? Why does A and D both work? Cooper.
Because it's pretty much the exact same thing. Because it's x, which is 1 plus the 0.3, so that's 1.3x, which is also a b's.
So essentially you're telling me this equals the number 1.
Yes.
Okay, and then you combine like terms, so you get 1 and 3 times x. And then how do you know that you can do 1 and 3 tenths?
Because since it's more than, it's 1 plus the 30%. So it's 1 and 3.
Is it also 130% more?
Yeah.
Alright, so the correct answer is C. Alright, number 11, it says write an expression to represent the parameter, not the area, the parameter of the figure below. There are a couple different ways you can do this. You can multiply your original, these 2 by 2, in parentheses, outside of parentheses, however you want to do it, and you put a plus sign. Or you can write all this, or you can combine like terms, or what y'all do? Michaela? You did brackets and, you did too much.
And it's literally just like.
So did you do this?
Or 2 times x plus 2 plus 2 times 2x plus, or minus 3.
Yeah,
No.
you do brackets. You're doing too much.
You don't need
Alright, so that's one way, minus her brackets. But that is one way you can do it. What's another way?
That's what I did.
What's another way? Raheem.
I did 2 parentheses x plus 2 plus 2x minus parentheses.
So you put everything inside of parentheses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that works too. Alright, did anybody just combine like terms? Like did anybody just say, okay, well 1
I did.
plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is 5?
I could want like yours, but then I made so basically.
I can't count. Don't judge me. I can't count. Like it's Thursday. I've been teaching 2 classes for like 84 years. We lucky I'm still standing. Alright, I'm listening.
Okay, so basically I combine like terms with x and 2 and 2 and 3, I think. Yeah.
You can't combine like terms if they don't have the same term. So you can't combine.
So I did 2x and x.
Okay, so you should have got 6x.
I did x plus 2x.
Okay, but you're finding the parameter, which is the entire thing, the outside.
Basically what I did, I was gonna write this, so I did, so I combine like terms 2x plus x and negative 3 plus 2 to get, I think negative 1 and 3x, and then I wrote 3x times 2 plus 1, negative 1 times 2.
Why are y'all doing so much? Just
I don't know.
combine like terms. So another way you can write it is 6x minus 2. Alright. 12 through 17 are all one-step equations. I am not going over these. The reason I'm not going over these is because we're going to move to the two-step equations, because if you can't do one-step equations, I'm sorry to say this, you should not be sitting in this room. These are one-step equations. sorry, some of, no,
I
they're,
did them in two.
They're all.
sorry, they're two steps. Where's the one step?
I just did.
They're both.
They said one
No,
and
you
two.
can't be both.
It says I can solve 1 and 2.
It says that, but that doesn't.
Yeah, there's one.
There's only one that's.
One. No, technically that's two step, number 16 is two step also. Because it's a negative x.
Oh, it is.
So yeah, never mind. Alright, so we're gonna go over, yes, we'll go over a few of these. We're not gonna go over all of these. Do you wanna go over 14?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so looking at 14, we are starting with minus 12 on both sides. 48 minus 12 is 36. I'm going to bring everything down. So I have 3 and 2. Who is whistling?
It came from that area.
Equals 36. So you divide by 3 and 2/10, divide by 3 and 2/10. I am not doing math. I'll be right back.
I got a lot.
I'll be right back. I think this commercial break.
Alright, so you end up with x equals 11 and 2500, or 11 and 1/4, however you want to do it. Is that what you got, Jackson?
That's what I got.
With the ones I couldn't do, I would skip them like I would do it.
Actually, I felt like that division would go on forever, so I just thought that all was supposed to.
So did I.
But then
Alright, what other one would you like to go over in this section? Are we good with all the other ones? Okay, flip your paper over. So 18 through 23, you have to do a couple of things, and then you go into two-step equations. Alright, so we'll go over a couple here. Joseph,
I had trouble with number 19.
number 19.
Yeah, I actually just ended up not finishing.
Okay, so this is a distributive property one. So you're distributing your half in, so half times 6 is what? What's half times
3.
So it's going to be 3g plus what's half times 2
1.
equals 12. So I'm going to subtract 1, subtract 1. 3g equals 11, divide by 3, divide by 3. Again, not doing any math.
I got an infinite number.
Oh, I got one. It's just 3.6 repeated.
So this
Yeah.
is 3 and 0.67.
If you were to round, that's what I did.
Yeah, I put 3.66 with the line.
Yeah.
Alright, what other one? We're not doing 23, so what other one would y'all like to do? We're not doing 18. So you're either doing 20, 21, or 22. Yes.
All of them.
22?
22. Yeah.
Alright, so
I understand.
you are going to start with distributive property right here. And you end up doing negative 10a plus 6 plus 28 equals 47. And then from here, what does it become? What do we do? Like, what do we have to do next to keep this moving? Jeremiah?
You would add 6 and 28.
All right, so then I have negative 10a plus 34 equals 47. I'm going to subtract 34, subtract 34. Negative 10a equals, what is it, 13?
Yeah.
I got one for negative.
A equals negative 1 and 3/10.
No way, I was right. Yeah,
What's up?
Yippee!
All right, any others you want to go over in this section? I'll go over 21, we're gonna distribute our negative 9 in. So negative 9 times negative p is going to give me 9p. And then negative 9 times positive 6 is going to give me a negative, what, 54? Thank you. Equals 45. So then from here, we're going to add 54. Add 54. 9p equals 99. Divide by 9, divide by 9. P equals 11. Make sense? Did I do it right?
Yep.
Check my math because
That's right.
That's what I get. I
is that what you got?
That's what I got.
I'll teach the rest of the class.
Yeah.
You said you
The bell rang, bro. Or is that
You
something?
started right now.
If I get paid for it, I'll do it.
I don't even get paid.
What time is it today? Who's got a watch?
I'll do it.
Pay him $1.
Yeah, that's 7.
Just kidding. I'll do it for free.
I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free.
I'll pay you.
Actually, I'll pay you for one of my classes.
Alright, so let's go over one of the 24, 25, and 26.
I haven't done it yet.
It's okay.
This is where I start.
Let's go ahead, just pick one.
Actually, we do 30.
No. we're on
24. Because why not?
Okay. 24.
Yes.
Alright, so it says a home improvement store advertises 60 square feet of flooring for $287, including an $80 installation fee. Write an equation to represent the cost of a 1 square foot of flooring. So, 60 square feet costs you $287, including $80 installation. What is your equation going to look like? Let's start with that. What's our equation going to look like? We're not sure. You know there's going to be a plus, right?
Yep.
So it's plus 80. What is our total?
287.
Our total is 287. So is that going to go equals, or are we adding something to that 287?
Equal. Add something.
60, isn't it 60x?
Yeah, I thought it would be 80 plus 60.
It's 60x plus
80 equals 87.
Yeah, that's what I
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
Most positive.
Because I don't want to
I'm positive. I'm not walking.
I'm 99%.
I'm positive.
Guys, listen. But here's my question though. We're trying to find the cost of what?
The variable.
1 square foot.
Yeah,
Not
so
six. We already know how many square feet it costs, right?
we have to like divide by
So you would have to rearrange it.
just change it to
By the way,
287.
stop calling out. What'd you say, Brock?
You would have to rearrange it to find 1 square foot.
How? So our variable in this is 1 square foot. So we have to rearrange this. So naturally, what would our equation to start out with, what'd you say it would be? You said what, 60?
60x plus 80 equals 287.
Wait,
So then we have to rearrange it because we're trying to find 1 square foot.
Yeah.
So what do we have to do? Like, how do we rearrange
Bless you.
this as our equation to solve it, but not to give us our answer? So how do we rearrange it? What do you think, Jack?
287 minus 80 in parentheses divided by 60.
Why?
Because 80 is the additional price for installation fee, so that doesn't go in the bottom. And you have to divide by 60 in order to figure out one.
So you're saying
Oh, yeah.
287 minus 80
In parentheses,
in parentheses
divided by 60.
divided by 60.
It would give you and you could just do basic 2-step equation.
So this becomes 207 divided by 60.
That's what I
Oh yeah. That makes sense. That makes
I
sense.
don't know what yours
It
was.
does. You just have to do a 2-step equation.
Hold on. 207 divided by 60, so $3.45 a square foot. Is that what you're saying?
So then we have to put it back in and check it.
Yeah, so someone plug it back in and check it.
Oh, okay.
Somebody, if
She's
y'all
like,
are saying
I'm
that's not
good.
good,
I come up with the
3:45.
idea. Not it. Not it. Not it. Not it.
You have a calculator.
You're right. I
Not
did.
it.
So, we're saying 345 times 60 plus 80 equals
It equals 200.
287.
Mike, can you pass Jack is smart?
What was yours?
You're right. Smart. 60
That's how you. No.
Wait.
Just kidding. I had that, and then you put plus 80, so I erased it.
Why? I was just doing what y'all were telling me to do. Nobody told me what we were trying to find. Why are you blaming me?
Welcome.
So 87 minus 80. Guys, copy this down so you have an example for your homework tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta finish your study guide. You have a test right now.
Okay.
And no, there is no answer key on Canvas. Good try though. Dang it.
This is due tomorrow.
Yes, this is due tomorrow. I am collecting this before you take your test. Okay. All right, go ahead, pack up. Clean up your bed. Watch the iPad. Jesus, girls, I know what's gonna happen. Hold on one second. Let me get here.